This Dragon Ball Super anime review is sponsored by Verve. Want to remind you guys you can download the Verve app on all your devices, your Androids, iOS, PlayStation, and Xbox. What I like about Verve is that it's one place to get numerous different services. Crunchyroll and Funimation both are available on Verve ad-free for $9.99 a month. If you have them separate, it's $13. Get them both on Verve. The link is down in the description. The saga of 17 and his return to Dragon Ball continues as we talk about Super Episode 87. Last week, of course, Goku finally, after so many years, rediscovered 17. We caught up with the guy and what he's been doing as Goku, of course, continues to recruit for the Tournament of Power, specifically Universe 7's team, of course. And we continue the story of 17's return because when Goku tried to recruit 17 last week, 17 declined. So what could cause 17 to change his mind? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. A bigger threat, a bigger nuisance may indeed be the answer. So, Dragon Ball Super Episode 87. This is my review. Mitsurio Dano Kare Goku no Junanago no Kyoto, which translates to Hunt the Poachers, Goku and number 17's joint battle. And even though this is the second part of the two-part Android 17, mini recruitment thing, this episode was very, very different from last week. Very different. This episode gave me, and this is going to be controversial, but hear me out. This episode really reminded me a lot of the early GT episodes, like the first, 13, 14 episodes when Goku, Trunks, and Pan were exploring the galaxy. This kind of reminded me of that with the space aliens and the unique races and the unique little episodic type of feel. It wasn't really more serialized. It was more episodic, with every episode having its own sort of mini story. This felt like that, and I liked the episode. I don't think it was one of my favorites. Let me give you guys kind of the rundown of what happened and my thoughts on on the episode as it went through. So the episode starts out with Goku and 17 at a campsite, and Goku talks about the Super Dragon Balls, which is, of course, the prize you get if you win. 17's, of course, wanting to get those balls. Now, real quick note I want to make for you guys. I've seen this pop up a few times in the fandom. Remember, the Super Dragon Balls that Zamasu used and destroyed were from a different timeline. This is not the same Super Dragon Balls as these. So some people are mixed up about that. Yes, Zamasu did destroy the Super Dragon Balls in another timeline, not this one. Just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. So this spacecraft arrives, and it's very Independence Day-esque. It comes in over them, maybe not as big as the one from Independence Day. Goku, of course, senses some weird energy. The big spacecraft steals the cattle, and of course, Goku's not going to let them get away with that, so they teleport to board the craft with 17. We have this scene here where they cut to this scene of Krillin and 18, and Krillin's bald again wearing the taco shirt. I don't remember seeing him wearing the taco shirt while also bald. If I'm wrong about that, my bad. I just don't remember that, so that was the first time we had seen that. They're talking about, 17 and Goku kind of being more alike than you think. So Goku and 17 are on the ship, and these random foot soldier guys show up. Again, very GT-esque. Goku and 17 take care of business. Again, very space travel-y, but don't think because I'm saying GT that it's bad. Please don't correlate that. I meant more so the fact that it was episodic, not necessarily a bad thing, okay? So 17 tells Goku, look, you take care of the foot soldiers and I'll go fight the boss, like a video game. And Goku's like, no, let's play Janken, which is rock, paper, scissors. 17 bounces out of there before he could even start. So 17 goes to meet this big mobster-looking alien guy, the leader of the galactic poachers, and he's very happy to have the Minotaurus because he wants that Minotaurus. They explain later on in the episode that he wants the Minotaurus because the Minotaurus is very highly sought after and he can sell it for a lot of money, like what poachers do, Again, not only does this give me vibes of GT, this gives me vibes of the Rescuers Down Under and Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, and Captain Planet. Now, I don't know if y'all remember that. I'm a little bit older than some of you guys. I don't know if you guys remember those old cartoons from when we were all kids. But if you haven't seen Fern Gully or The Rescuers Down Under, you got to go pick that up. I think it was on sale at Best Buy recently if you had that in your area. I think it was like last month it was on sale. It might still be on sale. Pick up those 2 movies. Anyways, so these 2 cool looking dudes show up with these purple lightsaber laser swords looking thing. They attack 17. 17 makes quick work of them. Fun little action scene here. No challenge at all for 17. He smokes them. Goku arrives and, no surprise there. 17 tells this dude, listen, free the animals or I'm going to kill you. I mean, he doesn't say it quite like that, but he pretty much tells him that. 17's like, very assertive here. And that's when they find out that, the Minotaurus is worth a lot of money and whatnot on other planets. So 17 kicks this freaking dude into a glass and cracks it. And then the dude's like, freaking out, so he pulls out like a switch, and this switch blows up the entire ship. If I push this button, the entire ship blows up. They did this really fun little visual bait and switch gag where it looks like the ship does get blown up. Goku freaks out and screams. The ship blows up. It cuts to Beerus waking up from a dream where he dreamt that Goku died. They have some cameos there of Vegeta, Bulma, and their daughter. It was just a dream, and Beerus is like, oh, this could be a bad omen or whatever, but it's funny because for a second there, you think the ship did blow up, and then they go back to the ship. So it was a good little visual bait and switch there. Also, this episode's very fast-paced. I want to mention that as well. So 17 and Goku are kind of in trouble here. 17's not sweating it at all, though. He's not sweating any of this. Of course, Goku and 17 would survive the explosion. Obviously, you would think that, but the animals wouldn't. So 17, this is actually kind of funny. He tries to pull a Vegeta from the Buu arc. 17 tells Goku, he's like, listen, I'm going to leave everything to you. Take care of my family, 18 and the animals. Pushes the dude through the glass with the remote control, attempting to sacrifice his life like Vegeta did. So they're literally in the vacuum of space. But Goku quickly, very interestingly too, transforms into blue, teleports into space, grabs 17 and the mobster guy, and they teleport him to Kaiosama's place. Now, I did a video a while back about whether or not Goku can breathe in space, but the fact that he transformed tells me at least that it's easier for Goku to breathe and survive in space if he has God Ki. Now, I know some people are going to say for certain that's the case. Goku was able to breathe in space several times in the manga. I did a whole video on it. It's an old Dragon Ball in depth. Go look it up. It's called Can Saiyans Breathe in Space or Can Goku Breathe in Space? But I think that the whole story they're trying to tell us here, I could be wrong on this one, is that if you have God Ki, you definitely can survive in space. So either way, they teleport over to Kaios place. It was just funny how 17 was right there going to pull a Vegeta, but it didn't work out. So for the first time ever, 17 meets King Kai. Now, I want to real quick have another side note for you guys. In case you're new to the channel or if you maybe didn't hear the story, the original voice actor for Kaiosama, for King Kai, was pulled from the series back in episode 12 of Super, which is about 2 years ago, due to an illness. We still don't know much more than that. I think the family's keeping it private, but Yoji Yanami is his name, and he is still alive. It's just that he's ill, and he has not come back to Super. And I don't know if he will at this point, but we have, of course, the voice is different. So if he sounds weird to you guys, that's why. Dende then telepathically tells Goku that, oh, don't worry about it. That self-destruct switch, he was lying. He was lying. It was all a bluff. Wacky. So they push the switch and confetti comes out. Just very, very wacky stuff here. That's the end of the episode, pretty much. Goku and 17 are back in the Wildlife Preserve. Jocko shows up, making a cameo. So if you predicted that Jocko would be involved in this, you are a great prognosticator. I had a feeling he would be, and it turns out that the Galactic Poachers are indeed criminals that he has been trying to catch. So that all ties in together pretty well. I did love this little finale here in the cameo with Jocko. By the way, guys, I did do a video called The History of the Galactic Patrol. Check that video out. I don't think it got as much love as I wanted it to, because we talk about all kinds of stuff as far as the Galactic Patrol and Toriyama's thoughts and how, he had the idea before Jocko, and it's a good little video. So anyways, to wrap up the episode, 17 accepts Goku's offer because he helped him, but only if Goten and Trunks can watch the island. And, of course, that is going to be the deal. So at least Goten and Trunks are going to have something to do here, taking care of the island for 17. We have a really good little bonding moment where 17 talks about how he was pretty much made to destroy Goku. And Goku says, well, Tenshin Han, Piccolo, and Vegeta, they hated me too at one time. So you're in an elite club here of people who used to hate me and now we're cool. Which segues, of course, to the Majin Buu thing. He talks about, 17 talks about how, he helped donate energy for the Genki Dama, that Goku used to kill Buu. And Goku does mention that Buu's going to be at the tournament. And Goku's like, it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. So again, another enemy that Goku has made into a friend, so to speak. And of course, the episode ends with the construction of the arena. This was an okay episode. I did enjoy it. It was fun to watch, but it's not going to be one that I'm going to be revisiting. I thought last week's episode was significantly better, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but whenever they do these little 2-episode mini arcs, like these little double episode stories, the first one is usually better, in my opinion. The fight with Goku and 17 with the sunset was so beautiful. It's a tremendous Naoki Tate animation, just looked really great. This week's was okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't bad. It was okay. Next week, it's all about Piccolo and Gohan. Throwback to early DBZ, but we'll be discussing that later on. So let me know what you think, as always, in the comments. Let's get that discussion going. What'd you think about this episode? Did you think it was better than last week? Did you like the story with the Galactic Poachers? Did it come off kind of fillery? Did it remind you of GT? Let me know. Don't forget, of course, that Verve is the official sponsor of the Geekdom 101 Super Reviews. I am partnered with them, and they're very good to me, and I'm very good to them. So make sure you support the legal distribution of Dragon Ball Super because, well, if we support them through Verve, Funimation, and Crunchyroll, we're going to get more stuff. And we always want more stuff, more Dragon Ball, because I think that Super's going to get better as the series progresses. It already is better now, in my opinion. Let's see how good it gets. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so very much. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And remember, as I always say, if you're having a bad day, tomorrow probably won't be so bad. Just remember that. I will talk to you later.